Hello. Hi, everyone. How are we doing? Are you seeing me, hearing me? I was just reading your chat. Seeing what you guys are up to. Hi, Melisha. Melisha's here. What's going on? What's going down? Hi. You hear me? Okay, awesome. So guys, the reason I'm 4 minutes late is because I decided to redo my hair at the last minute. I was like I had it up in my little like Lucy Ricardo scarf do, and I was just like not feeling it. So I had to redo my hair, but my hair, it's so tangly from like setting it. I've been using hot rollers a lot. I don't know. I've been like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been like super low energy this week. I told Melisha yesterday, I was like, I'm basically a slug. Like I'm like maybe one step up from a slug right now. And that's the reason I didn't do a live stream yesterday, because I was a slug. And I had to choose between doing the remaining energy I had left, doing the live stream, or like getting some Patreon stuff done. And I was like, well, I better do the Patreon stuff. So I kind of had to time to deep condition. I know, look at this. I kind of had to conserve. I had to conserve energy and prioritize, but I missed you guys. And I knew you would understand. I was kind of like thinking about you guys, and I was like, what would they say? They would tell me I don't have to be a superwoman and that I can be a slug for a day. But yeah, it's been like hot. It's humid here. There's crazy stuff going on in the world. The news is bumming me out. I'm not going to talk about it because this is our like news-free zone here. But like, everything, everything is a little crazy right now. They'd say it's totally on. So here we are today, though. It's a new day, but I'm still a slug. So, yeah, I got my hair fixed. How do we feel about this? We feel okay about this? All right. So, hi, everyone. Hello, all my friends. You lovely, beautiful people. News-free zone. I know. We have to have one of those, don't we? Best looking slug ever. Well, I have to say too, I posted my sweater the other day, which everyone was really, really lovely and complimentary about. But several people said things like, here I am, like doing nothing in quarantine, and like, I can't even do this. And you're like you're killing it on everything. And I was just like reminded of that saying, like, not to compare your insides to someone else's outsides. And it's so like, I mean, we can talk about this like till the cows come home about like Instagram and social media and how things look on the outside. But I'll just say we're all having good days. We're all having bad days. This week is a super low energy week for me. And I'm grateful that I don't have to like take any photos or do any videos or anything like that. Oh, my hair's so long. It's getting caught in my armpits. This is fantasy time. No news exists. All right. I'm on board with that. Shall we have a fan break? Oh, now I'm hot again. And also the other thing that people said about my sweater and my knitting was, and this is a very nice thing to say, and it's just very nice, but they were just saying, is there anything you're not good at? And people, I could start a list right now of all the things I'm not good at. We'll start with sports. Anyone else just like completely hopeless at sport? I was like that embarrassment in middle school gym class. Still relive those days in my nightmares. Cooking. Yeah, start with cooking. There's so much. Oh, there's so much. Okay. So let's discuss. Last picked, I know, me too. Let's just dancing. Melisha, do you want to tell them about my dancing? These are my moves. I do like an octopus kind of dance thing. Okay, now show us what you're wearing. All right. So I am wearing the Starburst dress that we did for the first month of Patreon on Charm Patterns. And so it's the L'Amour bodice with this like shaped halter strap, and then this gored skirt with a starburst effect. So this was one of our versions. This is the one that Melisha and I made on camera for that video. And if you're wondering how you can get the starburst pattern, you had to sign up the first month of Patreon to get it. It was like a bonus that we did for people who signed up the first month only. And we were advised to do that because it's a good way to get people interested in your Patreon and give them sort of like a time limit on a project that they can get right away. And it was a free bonus thing for the first month. I have to say, we're probably going to regret it for the rest of our lives because now people are upset that they can't get it anymore, which we kind of saw coming, and we did warn you, but people are still upset that they can't get it now. So I'll just say, you can't get it now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But we are planning things in the future that have a similar vibe and that you'll have a chance to get. Okay. So let's get that out of the way. So the ones that we made for Patreon were black and white. There were so many warnings. Oh my God, there were so many warnings that someone emailed me this like rant yelling at me for being like, for like hard selling you guys on this pattern. And that was a day. And I was like, well, I kind of need them to know because I don't want them to be upset afterwards. Anyway, we'll all survive. We'll all survive. There's more stuff coming. There's more stuff coming. But anyway, you guys love this pattern. This was the one that I modeled in the original photos, and Melisha modeled a purple and white one. And I'll just say that this dress, just to like give you a little background on it, was based on a vintage dress, which a lot of my patterns are. This one was kind of unusual because it was based on an 80s dress, like 80s does 50s Victor Costa rockabilly style dress. And we looked at pictures of this dress and decided to recreate it using the L'Amour bodice and a gored circle skirt. So this is not my original design. The way that we made it work for a home sewing pattern is original to Charm Patterns, but that's all to say that anything you hear today isn't like me being outraged that I've been like copied or plagiarized or whatever people think. Okay, so so that's just a little upfront on. I started getting a lot of notifications about a dress on eBay, you know, those like very cheap, like 1999 direct from China rockabilly style retro dresses that you can get. And people order all the time, like $20 rockabilly dress. And one cropped up that was essentially the Starburst dress and made in the same color scheme and the black and white. And then they also had one that was red and white. So I was just sort of like tickled because I was like, oh my gosh, because they didn't use my pictures, but the timing was just, I feel that they probably saw my dress. Okay. And I hope you don't think I'm being egotistical, but a lot of people thought that. So there were just too many similarities is all I'll say. So because of that, a lot of you suggested that I order this dress and we could do some direct comparisons between my dress and the made in China one. So I thought that was a great idea. So I did order one. And again, this is not like I've been knocked off rant sort of thing. This is a more like, hey, what do you get if you make something with like the time and care that goes into the Lemoire dress using spiral steel boning and, you know, the gored skirt and like the specially designed pattern that we have versus for $19 direct from China. Like, what's the difference, right? So that's what this video is meant to be. The differences in the sizes of the points bother me. You can certainly change them. We had them all the same length in the original. So what she's talking about at this point right here is shorter. We had them all the same in the original, and to me it just looked like so 70s, like Holly Hobby. I'm gonna quilt myself a skirt, little patchwork skirt, that I couldn't stand it. And I wanted to go more with the original inspiration, which did have different length points, and it creates more of like a basque effect. So almost like a yoke, a faux yoke on the skirt. All right, so this arrived today. It finally came. I could not believe how small it is. It's so thin, guys. Can you see? Are you experiencing the thinness? It is so small. I haven't opened it at all. I just like cut open the corner to make sure it was what I thought it was, because I was like, did I order something else from China? And then I would do like a like unboxing live, and I'd be like, oh, actually this is my, I don't know, whatever weird thing I ordered online. So I just checked the inside and I saw some black and white polka dots. So yeah, the material is going to be cheap and thin. And also, obviously, there's no like structure in this dress. I mean, I can say off the bat, there's not going to be like spiral steel boning in this one. And probably, I'm also wondering, is there a full circle skirt? Okay, so let's go ahead and open it. Are we ready? Are you ready? And my shirt doesn't slip. It's a Barbie dress. Yeah, it definitely has no bones, right? There's no way. You're ready? You ready? I have to build up some anticipation, everyone. All right, let's do it. Be very careful here. All right. So let's see. All right, so this is it. Oh, it has a corset back too. Not those scissors. It's fine, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, so you have to lace your own corset, I guess. Let's see what we've got. Oh, it's got little booby pads in here. It's the only way to say it. All right. So, oh my God, it's so short, guys. It's so short. All right. So let's see what we've got. Where do I start here? Where do I even start? Put it on. Okay, so there's definitely no boning. There is a zipper on the right side. There's barely a lining. It's like it's self-lined in this black polka dot fabric. It doesn't smell like anything. So let's see. Maggie Tang is the designer. It says you have to dry clean mildly. What does that mean? Okay, so it's just 2 layers of this black fabric with these little bust pads stitched in. And then the halter straps are like a separate piece here. And then you can, I don't know if you can see the pads stitched in there. Invisible zipper on the right side, which is odd. So their skirt is not gored, all right? It's 2 pieces. It is, the yoke is 1 piece, and then the bottom of the skirt is another piece. So, oh my gosh, guys, these points are a disaster. I wish you could see this up close, but there are so many puckers. So they had to set in each point, and there's so many puckers, and they didn't even iron this at each point. It's like pucker city at each point. Okay, that's the most offensive part of this is these points. All right, so I hate that so much. The other difference here is like the skirt is, let's know this. How long is the skirt? This is the second most offensive thing about this. 22 inches. Guys, that's like a mini skirt. This is not a rockabilly length. This is not a 50s length that anyone should be wearing. This is a terrible length. Hate it. I make my skirts 27 inches. This is going to look so cheap, this length. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone right now. Okay, and then the other thing I want to show you guys is they don't have any boning or anything in this, so there's no structure to hold the bodice up. So you can see how my bodice is looking really smooth and supported. There's nothing like that in this bodice. It's just very thin. So what they've done to try to get it to fit closely is they've done this elastic at the back of the top. And then they've also done this corset tie thing. So you get this ribbon, this beautiful ribbon, and then you weave the ribbon in between these corset ties to like make it look like it fits. So, okay, yeah, 22 is okay for some people. Yeah, I'm not sending it back. Does anyone want to? Should I try it on, guys? Should I go run and try this on? Can I put it against the dress I'm wearing? Or let's see. Just the difference in length is that much. It's a lot. Yeah, you guys want to see it? All right, but you have to like talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I go into the bedroom and throw it on, okay? Entertain each other. I'll be right back. I'll be there in a minute. Let's get this little mini dress on. Guys, it's so unflattering. So this is it. So I guess at first glance, it doesn't look that bad. This, I bet she'll still look at it. There's this. There's no structure. And so this is kind of like dipping down. Ooh, how's that look, guys? It's like dipping down. No screenshots. Okay. What is this? So there's this. So, okay. So I would have to like do the corset in the back to get it to pull like this, but it would actually be pulling, right? And I don't know, I guess the skirt doesn't look that bad, but guys, can you see? My petticoat is like, I need a better setup for this. Look how ridiculous this length is on me. I'm so bothered. There's I hate this invisible zipper on the right side. Ugh. Guys, I did not need this hit to my self-esteem today. Yeah, the length is the worst part. Does it have pockets? Of course it doesn't have pockets. So this is my new dress. What do you guys think? I hate this. I hate this. Ugh. I hate this. Room for my pets. The waist looks too long. Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with it. What bothers me is that people will buy this and then think that this is like a vintage look. And they'll think that this is the best they can do for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, to me, this is like intro to vintage, I guess, or like, you know, baby's first rockabilly dress before you realize that you could learn to sew, or it's a maternity dress. Guys, look. Yeah, so I just think, you know, this will be sort of, I mean, the sad thing about it is this will be like an entree into vintage for some people, or, you know, vintage. And then they'll just think that the style doesn't suit them. You know what I mean? When they could do so much better. Room for my food, baby. I know. Yeah, exactly. They'll see like vintage is really expensive, but maybe this will be the gateway to people wanting to sew stuff that fits better. I don't think the construction is like, it's not as bad as I thought it might be, at least the bodice anyway. I'm surprised it has the little bust pads. Though they end right here. It doesn't actually stretch, just the top of the back. Just needs the seams are serged. Oh my god, they're like barely basted together. This is like a 5mm stitch length on these seams. Oh, it doesn't have side seams either on the skirt. Does it? Oh, there's one. It only has one side seam. Whoa, what is happening? Okay, so there's a right side seam. This is where the zipper's on the right side. And there's no left side seam. How odd. How odd. So yeah, this is my new dress, guys. The hem is not terrible. It's like one of those little ripply 1/8 of an inch hems. Yeah. Yeah, the length is because of the fabric width, and also probably to save money on fabric, honestly. Light dry cleaning. Use the dress to cover my new camper. It's no, it comes in different sizes. This is a medium. This is a medium. My little ribbon. All right, I'm gonna go put on my black one now, and we can like compare the bodice fit. How about that? All right, talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. I wish like Hattie or Henry could come entertain you or something. Okay. So as you can see, I just gotta do my halter strap. The bodice on this is, the fit is obviously totally different. I mean, it better be totally different. So you can just see that like the boning, let's just compare side views. The boning in something like this just gives it so much more structure and holds it to your body without having to have that weird ribbon in the back where you're actually like pulling it onto your body. So the way I construct all my dresses, just to give it that very fitted shape in the bodice, is by having these bones in channels all throughout the lining and on the princess seams, which really helps hold it to the body there. And this is why spiral steel boning, if you missed my live about spiral steel boning last week, please check that out, because this is why spiral steel is so great, because it's really going to bend it to your body without permanently creasing it and buckling it, and make it look great on your figure. This is just lined with like a cotton. I like to line. So the other thing I always do to get my bodices to look really good is underline. So these are all underlined in muslin for structure and stability on the outer fabric, and then lined with boning. So for dresses like this that fit really close, I like to use a lining that's very comfortable against the skin. So really even if you can just find like Kona cotton, that's going to be fine. So you need something with some, like a little bit of structure and body to it. So, I'm warm now. So yeah, that's, oh, and ours also has more seams. So like the center front seam with the pleat gives you a little bit of bust shaping too. And then more seams in the back. I think this one just has, oh, it does have a princess seam in the back, but it's this weird kind of panel with the elastic in the back. It doesn't actually have any shaping, which is why it looked like a bag on me. So yeah, and then I just don't like invisible zippers for this type of dress, because you need something that has some strength to it, that's really going to hold up against a little bit of pull if you're wearing a bodice. So a lapped zipper, the way to go. And just for getting that like smooth silhouette, I think a back zipper is best, because it's not going to add any bulk to your sides. So a lap zipper is going to be a lot stronger, which is why I use that in all of my dresses like this too. It's true, the Lemoore bodice does actually stand on its own, and you'll start to see once you put the muslin underlining in it how the fabric starts to hold up on its own. So yeah, and then you add the boning and the lining, and it's just it's like its own little being. Yeah, so much better. I think this is better look on me. This is better length on me too. So yeah, for me, vintage should go like below the knee. I don't like a true T length, which would be like mid calf, but you know, a couple inches below the knee is good. So like 27. Oh, there's a big bug down here. Go away, bug. Melisha, you'd be freaking out right now. Go away, little bug. He lost his way. Yeah, T-length can be great for some things, just for like cotton, summer dresses. I like somewhere between knee and T. Did I just coin that? Ooh, is that my new fashion phrase? Make it between knee and T. Melisha, come kill this bug for me. Call Henry. Kill it, Gertie. That's gonna be the next part of the live stream, is me killing a bug. Name him Fred. Get the glasses. Oh my gosh, the glasses. They're fabulous. You need the whole look. They're over there. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so tired now. How do we feel? Do you have questions? Did I do a good job presenting that? What petticoat am I wearing today? It's the Malcolm Lode's Zoe petticoat. So it's just like a light chiffon petticoat. What was the fabric on the I'm gonna call it the knockoff, but you guys know that I'm not like really bothered by this or think that they actually came for me, right? It is 100% cotton, though I feel like that's not true. It feels more like a cotton poly blend, if you ask me. I can't believe these little bust pads. They're just like these perfect little circles. Can you guys see this? They're just like these tiny little circles. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about it. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. There's no structure. There's no stability. There's just the little booby pads. Yeah. Burn test. Circle booms. That was fun. You guys enjoyed that? You guys need to know what fabric to buy. Guys, don't fret. You'll figure it all out soon enough. You probably have the right fabric. What's going on with my bang? Colin says the worst thing is that somebody out there will think that those bust pads mean you can go braless in it like a swimsuit. Yeah, someone commented on I do check my YouTube comments regularly, and someone commented on my boning discussion last week saying about wearing a separate bra and said just put bust pads in it and that'll be fine. And I'm like, it's not really the same thing. Like, to me, bust pads are more for shaping. Like they'll give you a nice like round silhouette or a shaped silhouette, or for, if you, for modesty, if you don't want to wear a bra and you don't want your nipples to show either, that could be another reason. So they'll just give you a little coverage, but it's not. Bust pads are just going to be kind of like hanging out in the dress, right? The support of a bra comes from, I mean, I can't remember what the number is, but like 90% of it, right? Of the support comes from the band. So by having something else that goes around your body to like anchor it to your body, and then like something like 10% comes from the straps. So a lot of people think that if they want to like hoist their boobs up, they need to like pull the straps up, but really you just need a tighter band. So without the structure of a band, like floating bra cups aren't going to do much for you, if anything, for support. The only way they would really do something for you is if your bodice were extremely tightly fitted and you had very small breasts. So, but even then, I mean, anything above like a C cup, I would be worried that your breast could actually like slip below the cup, because there's nothing like anchoring them, like I said. So floating bra cups. Yeah, like I said, you know, for like A or B cups, it might be okay. And you know, I wear my Lemoore dresses sometimes without a bra. I'm not saying like, you know, I am not, guys, I'm not the bra police. I go braless so much these days that I find it extremely uncomfortable to wear one. So I'm just saying, if you want the look, once we all go back out into the world and we're wearing our dresses around other people and you want your dress to look a certain way, you should probably wear a bra if you're above a C cup. That's all I'm saying. Again, not the bra police. Yeah, so, you know, everyone's boobs are different, guys. We're all special. Erica says, I have a bra question. What Katie did long lines have spiral steel boning? Because the Chantel one I got definitely has plastic, and I'm thinking of trying to switch to spiral steel. So yeah, what Katie did definitely has spiral steel boning, which is one of the reasons it costs so much, as opposed to something with plastic boning. But even like Chantel, I mean, it probably wasn't that much cheaper, right? I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting off track. You can definitely switch it. I had one Merry Widow that I wore so much that the spiral steel actually came out of the channels, and I did some repair work on it. So you could just, you know, you could switch it out by opening up those channels, putting in some spiral steel, and I think you're going to like it a lot better. Did shoot through your brain. You guys like that story too, which I was gratified to hear. Any recommendations about Merry Widow's long line strapless bras for the smaller sizes? I mean, the Merry Widow goes down to what, a 32B. If you're looking for below that, Dominique makes some long line bras that come in smaller bands and cups, I believe. Joined it. Jenny, welcome. Guess what we're talking about? Bras. You missed all the excitement. There are a couple brands on, do you guys ever shop on that site, Her Room, which is a lingerie site? You can search for long line bras there. Guys, I did my nails today. That's something else we can talk about. I'm so overdoing my own nails. How do we always end up talking about underwear? I know, for real. So I'm still doing my own acrylics. I'm so bad at it. I mean, they look good, but I just can't seem to get them smooth at the base. So I have like a ridge, so my hair like catches in my nails. But I've gotten pretty good at shaping them. I can't believe none of them have broken off yet. So I haven't had to actually redo them from scratch, which is great. But yeah, this color looks good. I cut them a little shorter than I've had them recently. And oh, I forgot to put the primer on before I put the acrylic on my nails. So I don't know if they're even going to last that long this time. I can't believe I forgot that. I've gotten so into I just think I'm like a pro now, and I'm just like, All right. Do we have anything else to, oh, I am for sure getting the acrylic too close to the cuticles. I can't seem to not do that. How much does there need to be like a little gap? And how much of a gap does it need to be? Knitting update. Oh my gosh, should I run and get my knitting? I'll be right back. I'm back. A scant amount. Guys, I've made it so far. This is my Rainbow Fantasy boardwalk blouse. Oh, she's a rainbow. So this is the back neckline. And this is as far as I go now. Now I need to like put these stitches on a holder and do this exact same thing for the front. So they're worked exactly the same way, and then they get joined, and I get to finish this dang blue stripe and add my purple. It's missing. It's gonna be so satisfying when I can add that purple. Yeah, it's a cake, right? Rainbow cake. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun. These little ivory stripes are like raised garter stitch stripes. I don't know if I think I might like them better after they're blocked and they look a little more even. I kind of want like, I almost like the wrong side better. But I feel like it looks obviously like the wrong side. Yeah, so fun. I did this little armhole shaping. You have to like decrease here. It's like one of those little cut on cap sleeves, like if you think about a knitting or a sewing pattern. And then you have to like increase here to like curve out for the underarm. So we'll see. I'm trying not to stress about this. For some reason, I like, now that I've had one successful knitting project, I'm like putting a lot of pressure on myself to be like a superstar knitter. I'm like, that's not what this is about. It'll block out is every knitter's motto. Is it like pressing? Or just give it a final press. Alicia's still knitting her swatch. So yeah, that's mine. How's everyone else doing? Yes, Colin, you have to start knitting. Join the club. It is easier than Jailbird. This was much easier because it's just a straight edge across the top, which is like the opposite of Jailbird. You were doing these like short rows shaping at the shoulder, and each shoulder is worked separately, and then you have to join them in this curved neckline, and that's the first thing you do. And as my first knitting or garment knitting project, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, it was way too much. And this is really just like cast on 140 stitches and start knitting. So that was nice. So yeah, I would say that this is easier for sure than Jailbird. How's everyone else doing with their boardwalks? Any other boardwalks happening right now? My go-to brand of thread is Metler. That's my favorite brand, Metro Scene. I always use 100% polyester for garment construction. Snack more, Alicia. Oh my God, that also might be why I'm feeling so sluggish this week. The snacks, the junk food. Boardwalk is the next project. Great. Yeah, so we're like a little knitting circle now too. If you're looking for other options for the Stanwick skirt, there is an official list of recommended fabrics for every pattern that we do. So I'd recommend looking at that. Some of the ones I can think of off the top of my head that are warm weather friendly would be linen and denim. and cotton sateen, but that's just off the top of my head. But I would, if you want the official recommendation that's all inclusive, it's on the webpage for the pattern and also on the pattern itself. How do I stay so trim with all the snacking? I have no comment on that. I don't always stay trim. I don't think weight is something we need to bring into the discussion or beat ourselves up about right now. All right. Anything else? No news, no wait zone. Yeah, I've stopped weighing myself. I feel like now is not the time. And maybe there's never a good time for weighing yourself. But yeah, I'm not really thinking about that. Okay. Weight doesn't matter right now. Oh, Jamie started Pocket Camp. That's exciting. You guys are making Hepburn tops. That's exciting. That's what corsets are for. My mom says I better stay on a diet or I'll make cute dresses but not fit in them. Tell your mom. Tell your mom to back off. I said back off. Guys, I'm not telling you what kind of fabric to buy for June 1st because it's just going to give away too much. I will tell you it's woven fabric. It's not a knit. Yeah. So yeah, June 1st, going to be great. You guys are going to love it. So it's only a few days away from now, so I think you can wait. No new hints aside from what I've told you guys here already. And oh, tomorrow I won't be live here because we're going to do a Zoom sewing circle for Patreon, which I'm really excited about. So that's going to be at 3 o'clock. So every time I do one of these, people say, but that's such and such in my time zone. And I can't make it. That's such and such in my time zone. It's like, I know, guys, you're all from all different places around the world, and it's never going to work for everyone. But what I try to do is move it around. So that's why I'm doing a mid-afternoon one now rather than evening, so that people like, maybe this will be our European fantasy Zoom because people in Europe, it'll be a more reasonable time for you guys. So, and I know that the last ones haven't been great for you. So yeah, you definitely can't, there's no one time that works for all time zones. It's not a personal affront. So 3 o'clock is the time tomorrow, and that's Eastern. So yeah. And no, I haven't considered recording the Zooms, and I'll tell you why. The Zoom sewing circles are more like a social thing, and we've had upwards of like 100 people in them. And it's more for like sharing what you're working on, and it's not like a presentation. I mean, I say like what a few words and talk about what I'm working on, and then it's not even like a place to like get sewing help really. It's really about like hanging out and socializing and connecting. So we started doing them during the virus because it was like we're all sort of looking for ways to connect. So it's like you can see other people sewing, You're going to see like 100 different faces up there. You can volunteer to share what you're working on and have like 3 minutes to talk about what you're working on. And the reason I don't record is because I don't have everyone's individual permission to share or record. And there is a way to get that through Zoom, but I kind of feel like that's not the point of what these are. And I don't know how interesting it would be to watch it later anyway, because it really is about the community feeling of us all sewing together. So it's not like the crowdcast where you're going to see like a webinar presentation later. Okay. So I would say I definitely make those webinar kind of things available later and you can watch them. But for something that's more social, it just doesn't make that much sense to me. And also, I don't want to have it be a prerequisite for people to join that they like consent to being recorded. So yeah, so as people are saying, like not everyone wants to be recorded. And yeah, I agree. And I feel like, it's, if you're sad you can't make it, just know that I will switch up the time for these. And hopefully you can make the next one. You need to sign up for Zoom. Okay, so on your laptop, and I kind of feel like a laptop is, or a desktop or something like that, is the best way to interact on Zoom. You just need to sign up for an account ahead of time. And I made this meeting very private and you have to jump through some hoops to get into it. So you're gonna have to pre-register for this meeting and get a password. So if you're on a phone or an iPad or something like that, then yes, you will need to download something onto your device. You also don't have to be sewing. You could be knitting. We could work on our knitting together. I might work on my would that be bad form if I work on my knitting? I'm like Rainbow Bright, everyone. Bye, Lizzie. Thank you for joining. Bye, Michelle. Good to see you. You're going to work on your knitting. All right, everyone. So it's like 6 o'clock now. Thank you so much, as always, for coming and hanging out with me, even during my weird, sluggish week, low energy week. You guys always get me feeling better, so thank you. And oh yeah, tomorrow is Drag Race too. So like next week when we come here, we'll have Drag Race to discuss the finale, obviously. So so yeah, I can't wait, guys. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk about this weird Maggie Tang Starburst dress. Tiny little mini skirt. That was fun. That was a nice diversion. I'm rocking the sweater. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. So I'll see you next week. Or if you're in Patreon, I'm admiring my nails. Can you guys tell I'm like taking a moment to look at my nails? So thank you guys. Should I finish like this? Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow on Zoom if you can make it. I hope you have a great weekend if we don't talk. And then Monday I'll be back and we'll talk about Drag Race and all sorts of other assorted fripperies and frivolities. All right, everyone. Much love to you all. Have a great night. Have a great morning. Have a great day. Go bra shopping. Go yarn shopping. All right, bye, everyone. Mwah. Goodbye.